Hi, it's me again with Corel Draw Tips and Tricks, and this is going to be Corel Draw and laser for the woodworker. I bought my laser mainly for help my woodworking, and I had no clue how Corel in woodworking or in the laser would help me do stuff. Like this is a plant stand, pot stand for my daughter. She'd seen somewhere and liked it. So I'm just going to show how I thought about building it, maybe give you some ideas. The pot is like at the very base is 12.5 inches. So I made a circle that's 13. I used 1 by 1.5. I used 2 by 4 and ripped them down 1.5 by 1.5. So I'm going to select both those. I'm going to hit T like Tom. My block is 1.5 inches, so I'm going to nudge it up to get it to the very top. I'm going to Control D to make a tripod. So we'll rotate that 120 degrees. Control D, and you've got your tripod. Now I'm going to go ahead and group this thing together. And I'm going to, well, I should have saved it. But to draw a triangle, like I've showed many times or other people have, draw a 4-sided polygon and then hit P and then change it to 3, and then that's in the center. And I'm going to actually bring an indexing line for the center because of this next part. I need to bring this inside corner kind of even with that corner, so I'm going to select it all, and I'm going to rotate it till that board looks like it's kind of in line. I'm a little bit off, I think, but I'm going to take a 2-point line and go from there to there, and well, I'm pretty close. So I'm going to extend that line out, and I'm going to extend this line out. Well, to make it equal, let's just make a duplicate of it so it'll be at the same angle. So I'm going to hit the plus key on the keyboard and then move that right to there. Now we can actually get rid of the triangle, and we're going to take this and we're going to, well, let's just take this. Let's just, because the others grouped together, we could just take that, Control D, and let's move the center of the rotation to there. Let's see if this works. I just did this yesterday, but I can't really remember how I did it. And then Control D again. Of course, you have to probably start over and redo the center because we don't have those two selected. Move the rotation to the center. Always doesn't look like it is. Should have actually grouped these two things together. Move the rotation to the center. I'm going to say it is, and then just rotate it to the other side. So there's your base. I must not have made it. Must not have made a duplicate of it. Let's back up here. Control D. Well, whenever you got everything else grouped, so you can change that. Put it in the center. I'm going to call it good. Rotate that guy around. And my Control D must not be working, or I'm not looking at my keyboard, so I must be hitting Shift D or something. There we go. And then you just delete. And I'm not perfect. If I was doing it perfect, I would, well, I'm pretty close. But you'd want to make sure you're perfect. Then you could take your virtual segment delete key and delete. I hope this is not too boring. But what it is, it's letting me figure out how long I need these pieces to be. So what I'm going to do now is take the Smart Fill tool and fill in that spot. I need 3 identical pieces like that. And what is so neat about Corel, I'm going to bring it down to the, here's a good little trick. Move it up when you get I'm having a little bit of trouble. When you get that 4-point cross, have it locked to the page, and then move your center rotation to there, and then just rotate this up, and it should snap right to the page. Let me zoom in here a little bit. because we're going to need it perpendicular to, if you get on that node, it should snap right to it. So that actually looks like a little bit of a curve there for some reason. I don't know why that would be. Well, I'm inside this. I messed up on the circle a little bit, but we'll call it good. Then what's so neat about this, I'm going to make that straight, because when you do this for real, you're going to want to have a straight angle. So we're going to right click, convert them to a line. Now we've got a straight angle. So that's the angle that we need. So now what I can do is bring in a 2-point line and go from that node, start moving, hold down the control button. Go from the longest node, hold down the control button. We're going to find out what these angles are. I'm actually going to left click, right click our piece, get our angle dimension tool, whoop, and go straight up to that line, and then move it over to there and move it out. That angle is 15.52 and 29. So then you're going to take these pieces and let's find out how long it needs to be. The longest part of it is 9.5 inches. So if you cut your block at 10, then take this piece, let's make a duplicate of it, take this piece and cut that out of some MDF. I actually cut it out, the whole thing out of MDF. But if you cut out this piece out of MDF, and then you can take it over your chop saw, because I guarantee your chop saw probably doesn't have an increment of 15.92 degrees. And you could probably be off a little bit, but if you really want a no gap joint, and I think mine, when I actually drew it, was like 1588 and 29 something, but you could, you know, butt this up on your chop saw and move your blade till it matches that cut, and then cut all three of them the same angle, and then flip it around and cut this angle, it change your degree. And then I just put it together with pocket holes underneath, pocket hole screws, and it came out perfect. Now, real quick, because I didn't plan to take that long, this is really cool that you can make on your laser with MDF. I made a router bait plate to cut a circle. I'm making a 48-inch top for a fire pit. And I've got a screw hole in the center, and then I just router out. So I was able to cut, with that router, cut this perfect circle. It's going to need some sanding, of course, and I've got to sand the top where I marked it. But I drew that in just a number of minutes off the base plate, and even recessed the screws so they wouldn't drag. Here's what the file looks like. So actually, let's take that and maybe go to Object, Order, back a page. I was hoping you could see my circles that are inside there. My cut circles are there. Matter of fact, let me group, ungroup, grab just this circle. It must still be part of the group. Then grab just that circle, go to Object, Order, back a page. Well, there, you can see my circle. It's inside there. Let's tell you what, let's just click it. There's my circle. So I engraved everything, and then my cut hole is for the bolt. So I had to go pretty deep. I had to run it like 3 times to get it to the depth and then cut that out. But it's exactly, well, I needed a 48-inch circle, and then you just got to kind of figure a couple things out, as like the thickness of your bit. So we'll go from the center hole to that center hole, and I actually went like 24.25, which makes it, and when I was really happy when I finally got it cut out, that it's exactly 48 inches around. So those are 2 things the laser can help you with woodworking. And you could reuse this over even for smaller tables, just, you know, drill a hole, and but this worked out perfect. I hope that wasn't too boring. And also, just one other quick fact about this one. I cut out all this. Well, let me change my nudge factor to something bigger. Change it to like 12 inches. Well, what you could actually do is take the virtual segment delete key and delete these lines. Let me get rid of the indexing line. The indexing lines most of the time will stop your virtual segment delete key from deleting, as you can see right there. Let's just delete these lines. And of course, I've got that still that round part. But then if you want, cut this out on the laser with MDF, something cheap, and use it for a template when you're laying this wood out to make sure you've got the right angle. So you're going to take these three parts and put them together. And if I failed to mention a three-sided stool, planter stand, or whatever is a lot easier to build than a four-legged one, because a three-legged one will not wobble. If one leg was a little bit off, it might be unlevel, but it's not going to wobble where four legs are going to wobble. Anyway, hope that helped a little bit. Thank you for watching.